coming for you, nigga.
Are you ready? Oh, that's right. We're back. This is Psychs World, and we have returned. I think this is episode 8, season 5, and we're about to do this. We're going to go through essentially 2 weeks of AEW Dynamite because that's what we talk about. We don't really do Collision, but we'll go over some of the finer points of the wrestling world, a little bit of news pertaining to the weather, and you know that's how we break it down. And maybe, perhaps, we may or may not have a guest on the show today. Let's do it!
American dream is killing me. The American dream is killing me. When it's all double talk of conspiracy. The American dream is killing me.
Okay, and let's run it back for the Continental Classic. We're going to talk about some Dynamite here. We already know that Jon Moxley and Roosh went at it. I think Moxley picked up the W. Mark Briscoe and Swerve Strickland. Of course, we know Swerve won that. Then there was Daniel Bryan versus Daniel Garcia. Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston. That's where we, I think, pick up. And then it was Bryan Danielson versus Andrade. That was a great match. Then we saw Andrade take on Brody King on Dynamite at Winter is Coming, I believe. And then Roosh faced off against Jay Lethal. We saw Mark Briscoe take on Jay White. We saw Swerve Strickland take on Jon Moxley for the first time ever. Unfortunately, the fucking plumber picked up the W. I don't understand what the thinking was behind that, but whatever. It is what it is. We saw Claudio Castagnoli take on Andrade, and he cheated to fucking win. Claudio cheated to win. Mind blown. Whatever. That was insane. We saw Eddie Kingston go up against Daniel Garcia. Then we saw Brody King go against Bryan Danielson. And to come full circle for this week's episode, that's right, of Dynamite, what happened? Swerve Strickland took on Roosh. And of course, Swerve, I believe, picked up the W. And then we saw Jay Lethal take on Mark Briscoe. And that was just a pretty great match. It was good to see. Then we saw Jon Moxley taking on Jay White. Now we're looking at a triple threat because Jay White got the W over Jon Moxley, which I love. John, yes, put people over, but you should have put Swerve over a few weeks ago when you were fucking supposed to. So now we're going to get a three-way match between Swerve Strickland, Jon Moxley, and Jay White, which I think personally is just a waste of fucking time. Give the belt to Swerve Strickland. Don't pussyfoot around and give it back to Moxley. Don't give him another goddamn title shot. Y'all should be fretting that he's gonna fall on his fucking head again. Samoa Joe and MJF continue with this stupid fucking storyline about the devil with the mask that they took from MJF, who I'm pretty sure might as well just be the devil at this point, but that would be a huge letdown. I'm hoping it's Britt Baker, but let's face it, AEW is not that creative, and I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what the point is, what the drive is behind this story. Who the fuck wrote this shit up on paper other than Tony Khan and said, here, let me hand it to Tony Khan? This is just, it's going forever. It's taking too long. It's dragging out. We're looking for something new, man. Save the wrestling business. Make it relevant again, because it can be relevant. Okay, and then we're going to wrap up the wrestling news and everything with this. Kenny Omega is now hospitalized with diverticulitis, the same thing that Brock Lesnar had, and apparently in the video game AEW Fight Forever, there's a move in the move sets where you can give it to any character, a move called diverticulitis, and it apparently is their version of the F5, and they gave it to... They did that because Brock Lesnar had diverticulitis, and now Kenny Omega has it, and it's just very odd. And they're saying, what Kenny says is that he was not head of that department when Ukes was making AEW Fight Forever, but he was head of AEW's gaming department. So I don't know, you guys do the math on that. Roderick Strong murdered Commander. MJF went backstage and got into a confrontation with Swerve Strickland where he accused him of being the devil, and I think that's awesome. It would be great if Swerve were the devil. It would make sense because the Mogul Embassy, all of those guys are pretty big. All the dudes that we see in masks are pretty fucking big. Let's see, what else happened on AEW? I don't know. CJ Perry was on Hey EW, that show that comes on Sundays. It's pretty funny. It's entertaining if you haven't seen it. There was a 6-man tag with Brian Cage and who the fuck ever. There was a Texas street fight with Statlander and Nightingale versus Martinez and Diamante. That was about 5 days ago on Collision. And FTR is still calling out the House of Black. I don't know what we're doing again. But maybe that's why the pay-per-view is called World's End. Because the writing and the booking will be so god-awful, and what we're watching on the screen will be so god-awful that we will fucking die from suffering through that. And it'll be something that culminates at World's End, as they call it. So our worlds will end, will die because of Tony Khan's product. Patent pending. Anyway, this has been the wrestling... Wait. Wrestling news. Moving the fuck on. Today's guest is Mr. Canady, Saturn Baby, for those of you who don't know. If you did it, now you do. Say what's up to the folks.
Hey, how's it going, folks? Like I said, this is Saturn Baby here. Happy to be here. Hopefully everybody's having a lovely day. Happy holidays.
Righteous! Okay, so, Spider-Man 2 even getting nominated for Game of the Year. We were talking about this off air, but now we're on, I think that's odd, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with Baldur's Gate 3 winning, but Spider-Man 2 getting it, like, nominated at all? Isn't that kind of strange?
No, I mean, I don't think it's strange. I think that when it was nominated, it did its job. I think, like, people that have an issue with the nomination, I think it's more or less that they feel it's the same mechanics with slight expansion. But the story overall and the interaction between it and the future of the actual game, I think it solidifies it as a solid nomination.
I guess, but it's just it missed the mark with the story. I mean, they fell completely short of that. I feel like they didn't put work into it. I mean, it's not that they had to after what they've delivered for 2 games. Even as short as the Miles Morales game was, it delivered, I thought, a phenomenal story. And the first game was definitely a great story. The second one was just like, this is happening. It is what it is. Like the Sandman thing, I feel like should have been a big focal point of the game. But no, it's just your good old tutorial. It's the intro to the game.
I mean, but then again, that just comes on preference. I'm about like halfway, 3/4 finished. So no spoilers. But yeah, no, I think so far the story is engaging to me. There's nice little spikes to it, little mystery, little twists, plot turns, like friends become foes, maybe a foe, I don't know. Am I going to be fighting Harry? But that anticipation is kind of what I like about it. I don't know how I've avoided spoilers for this long, but you know what? I'm doing a damn good job of it. But
so the What If series is going to start tonight as we're shooting right now, and it's going to be 9 episodes for 9 days in a row. A new episode every night at 9 p.m. That, I think, is dope. Did you like season 1?
I mean, of course. I always like seeing possibilities as stupid or amazing as they are, which season 1 had a nice little range of that. Which, What If reminded me of the that one anthology collection that they came out with for Star Wars, where the first one was like the samurai.
Star Wars Visions. Yes, that was a phenomenal. The 2 seasons of that was just great.
Nah, we got 2 seasons?
I do believe so. We got 2 seasons of Star Wars Visions.
Oh, you know what? Another thing's going on the watch list.
Yeah, we got that. Then Echo's going to be dropping January 9th, and it's going to be all 5 episodes of Echo. It's supposed to be gritty and, you know, Marvel stepping up to the plate as far as realism and blood and violence. But I watch a clip, and I'm watching Echo shoot this guy in the gut. And, you know, if you get shot in the gut, bullets are going through, especially if the gun's on you, and they're going to fly through your shirt, essentially. Some part of your shirt, at some point. The blood is just coming out of his back, essentially. No holes, no nothing. But whatever, we haven't seen the show yet. We still get the same Kingpin. They're going to be recasting Kang because Jonathan Majors fucked up, whatever, I don't know. And Deadpool 3, like I said, could revive our generation of fans. I don't know. I think it could because it looks set to put all of that nostalgic shit in there at the same time, moving the plot forward with the MCU. But thus far, the MCU has just let us down in the last, I would say year, but it's really been like the last 5 years. Am I right?
I have a pitch for you. I know this is like not even the answer to your question, but yes, I do agree the Marvel has been in decline. But how would you feel about a Deadpool and a Mad Hatter movie?
The Mad Hatter from DC?
No. Deadpool's evil twin. I thought you're right. I mixed him up. What's his name again?
Oh,
the one that where Deadpool cuts off a piece of him and then he
he's just made of pieces. He's not a canonical character, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. That would be a cool. Hey, maybe that's the premise for the 3rd movie. Who fucking knows? Maybe you have the idea right there for Kevin Feige and his feminist writer group for number 4, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I would watch it. I mean, that would be a fire Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man and Deadpool, they have not done that. The best friends put together?
The 2 guys who break the 4th wall. You know, like, I don't understand why, but whatever. We're getting something special coming forward. You know that you saw the thing I sent you the other day with Jessica Jones will be returning to the MCU in this 4th rendition of the Spider-Man movie, along with Kate Bishop and I think Black Widow's sister.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, God. You know what? That would be kind of fire. I'm just curious what their roles are going to be within it. Because, you know, of course, she is New York. Jessica Jones is a New York based hero.
Which is exactly why we should have seen her already. Why it made sense for them to put Daredevil in the fucking movie. It's why it makes sense for Insomniac to put Matt and Murdock in the video game and have his whole business there, and then have the, you know, seeds planted for a Daredevil game in the future. And did you see the leak? I'm sorry, we're getting off topic, but it's Marvel stuff. Fuck it. Did you see the leak for the Wolverine game?
I did not.
Oh my God. First, it looks dated as shit. I thought it was from like the original Wolverine game, but which was not that bad. It was pretty good. But no, this was clearly new, and yeah, it's pre-alpha beta testing. So you know what I'm saying? That's just somehow the thing that was extracted when it leaked. And oh, hold on, got the notification. I was searching it on my phone and it for some reason had to load and buffer, but it's Kate Bishop, Jessica Jones, and Echo that will be in Spider-Man 4. So that's going to be crazy. Jessica Jones versus versus She-Hulk, maybe, as long as they never make another She-Hulk show, you know, it should be pretty cool, maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, Echo is like one of those underrated characters. I would love to see her actually placed on a big screen just to see how they make her feel alive in there, you know? I've always wanted a movie with an extended Spider family.
Well, you know, she's in Hawkeye, so she's pretty flushed out as a character already.
I didn't see Hawkeye. which is weird, right? Because Hawkeye is my favorite superhero. I really need
I
to
was
get
gonna
back on.
say, I know you even like the bow and that you even liked Arrow for a while in fucking DC, but yeah, Hawkeye is a great show. You should definitely check that. It's your type of show. When I like, it's a Christmas show, obviously, so it's definitely the time to check it out. But it is hands down something that I'm pretty sure you'll love. It's it's got Kate Bishop in it, and Echo and the Tracksuit Mafia, Kingpin, and what's her name, Evelyn, Kate Bishop's mother. Yeah, her evil ass.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me this is a Hawkeye versus Kingpin series?
Well, I mean, I kind of blew the pot off of the kettle there, but fucking yeah, Kingpin pops up like the last 2 or 3 episodes. They build.
Is it Vincent D'Onofrio's
Yes.
Kingpin?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the same Kingpin. It's the same. That's the same Kingpin that's going to be in Echo. See, I really can't spoil it for you. But something.
Okay. All right, look,
yeah,
we're done. We're done. We're not even gonna talk about it anymore. I'm excited enough. That's my favorite Kingpin ever. From animated to reality, he killed it. He crushed it. I'm an instant fan. Whatever he's in, I'm watching.
Oh, I don't like him more than the nigga from Fox Kids from the Spider-Man show back in the day, because he was just maniacally cartoon. Well, it was a cartoon, but he was cartoonishly evil. And talk about fighting. Like we saw Kingpin fight Frank Castle and Daredevil, for that matter, in the show. And it was cool, right? But it clearly can't reach the levels that animation does. And the one on Fox Kids, the one on that Spider-Man show from the 90s, my God. This nigga, I mean, he's a ninja. He was a ninja. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. He was a ninja. The one from the Daredevil movie, I think was played by not Tiny Lister. The dude that played Debo. Maybe that is Tiny Lister. Either way, he did an okay job. He was like number 5 on the list of Kingpins that have been on screen. But this show, Echo, is supposed to be very good. It's going to have him in it. So you should definitely check out Hawkeye first. You need to see all of Loki. I don't even know what you're waiting for. And then, folks, if you haven't checked it out, one of my favorite things, as we were talking about what we started with, What If? Okay, if you haven't checked out What If, you need to look at season 1 right now. Yes, it is canon to the MCU. People just don't want to pay that any attention. And then season 2 of What If starts tonight as we are speaking right now. As you are checking this out, you are hearing it, or maybe this is the future and it's already past. Well, you need to go check it out. You missed it. You missed something great. Look at there. I made a connection between the past and the future. You know what I'm saying?
My head was like, of course, it's Black Past Productions. But
and that's what we do. We make connections in time. Done. Enough said. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Psychs World, Season 5, Episode 8, I think. If it's not, then it's 9, but I'm pretty sure this is 8 because 9 is going to be the last episode. That'll be the finale episode next week. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Psych, your host, your booker, your commentator for the evening, for the day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. Our guest for the day has been Mr. Saturn Baby, and we will catch you on the flip side. Peace out, nigga.
I'm falling and I can't turn back.